Once again, we welcome you back to this edition of 5 Talk Street. I'm Scott Murray. The Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Greater Dallas considers financial literacy a part of effective financial planning, and they are certainly a great resource to many, especially today. And joining me right now is Todd Mark. He is the Vice President of Education for the Consumer Credit Counseling Service of Greater Dallas. Welcome.
Scott,
how you doing?
Great. Thank you so much for having us.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Well, tell us about, first of all, what your organization does day in and day out.
Sure. Well, we're a 39-year-old nonprofit that provides free budget and credit counseling, housing counseling, very important today with the housing crisis, financial education, debt management, and bankruptcy counseling services. But truly, the last 4 or 5 years, Scott, we've been more like a financial emergency room. And you can imagine everybody's coming to us, they need triage. So it's like doctors saying, you know, this isn't just a checkup of your credit report. We're talking to people that have been unemployed for 12 months or longer, people that are facing the loss of their home to foreclosure. So we try to give them a little bit of help and hope so they can overcome that adversity.
Now, when you say free services, do you really mean free services?
All of our counseling and all of our education is completely free to the community. And thanks to the support of the community, and for example, we're a United Way of Metropolitan Dallas service partner, we always want to make sure there's no cost barrier to people getting education and empowerment when it comes to their credit.
So if somebody out there says, oh my gosh, I need some help. Been kind of tough since 07, 08, 09, and it doesn't seem to be getting any better. What do I do? Where do I go? How do they get in touch with you?
Well, that's exactly why CCCS of Greater Dallas exists. So people can come in person for counseling, or they can do it over the phone. It's always with a caring, compassionate counselor. We're never judgmental, not going to make somebody feel bad about the past. And, you know, it could have been a life event, the bad things that happen to good people. Obviously, layoffs are the #1 factor we see, but divorce, medical catastrophe, death in the family, fires, car crashes, heck, the storms that we've been seeing coming through lately, sometimes it's just a case of financial mismanagement. We're going to kind of walk through, talk about what are the reasons going on in their lives, talk about their income, their budget. We'll also pull their credit report and score. We'll look at their debts. And from there, we're going to talk about their financial goals and say, what's most important? We'll prioritize them and then give them an action plan so they make those goals a reality.
What are some of the other services that you would offer to the public?
Well, obviously, we partner with a lot of community partners, nonprofits. We go into schools, whether it's universities. We do incoming freshmen. Right now, it's back to school.
Okay.
Yeah, providing financial literacy so they're not getting in trouble with student loans. But right now, it's a lot of crisis counseling, people that are unemployed and people that are behind on their mortgage. We're the largest HUD-approved housing counselor here in the Metroplex as well. So a lot of people that are coming behind on their mortgage or they're underwater, upside down on their house.
What is the biggest concern that you think people have today? You just mentioned a whole plethora of things, but I just wondered, are there 1 or 2 things that people just are a little hesitant to seek out your services or just don't know what to do? I mean, when it gets to be the way it's gotten to be in the last couple of years, there are a lot of folks, I mean, we're talking into maybe the hundreds of thousands, into the millions, just don't.
Sure, Scott. When we touched 73,000 people last year, not just here in Dallas, Fort Worth, but across the state. And, you know, the biggest issue is don't suffer in silence. Don't do nothing. Too many people don't want to talk about the financial crisis they're facing. They don't share it with friends at work. They don't want to talk about it. They're ashamed, and you shouldn't be. So many people have been touched by this financial crisis, the recession and the recovery. A lot of people aren't getting that recovery help. You need to seek help because the longer you wait, the less options you have, especially when it comes to people behind on their mortgage. We'd much rather talk to somebody as they're 2 months behind rather than 22 months behind, which we often see.
Now, you offer your services free of charge, so obviously somebody's got to be paying for that. I know you've got a benefit coming up.
We
do. Something on the 16th of October, is that right?
We do. It's Purses with a Purses. It's our third annual.
Purses with a Purpose.
Yes, I know.
Purses with a Purpose.
And the whole idea of watching your Purses with a Purpose. Purses with a Purpose. The whole idea is to support financial literacy for women. And it's a purse auction, and it's not just purses. It's all sorts of really neat things that people can go out. But supporting the financial literacy, the educational outreach of CCCS of Greater Dallas, we are so honored, Scott, that we've got your very own Deborah Ferguson as our MC and host of the evening at the Samuel Lynn Art Galleries, 6 to 9 on October 16th. It's a great event. And this is the kind of things that allow us to continue to provide service for free, no matter where you are in the community, at your place of employment, at your school, at your place of worship, wherever, to ensure that there's education and outreach for folks.
Well, you got a good one in Deborah.
We are so excited about having her.
That's great. That's very good. Well, we've got about a minute left. Any other things you'd like to share with us before we wrap it up?
Well, certainly if people are struggling, obviously don't be afraid to make the call and sit down with a counselor.
Number or a website?
Sure. 800-249-2227, 800-249-CCCS, or cccs.net. And by the way, I teach all of our free financial education webinars, 30 different classes. They're live. They're all taught by me in the kind of fun style like this show. And of course, if people want to get more information about our fundraiser, cccspurses.net.
Well, you're a plethora of knowledge, as they say. A walking billboard with all kinds of great information.
Thank you so
Todd,
much,
Mark,
Scott.
thank you so much. And we'll see you on the 16th of October.
See you then.
All right, sounds like a deal. Well, that's it for this edition of 5 Talk Street. Certainly our thanks for joining us. Till next time, I'm Scott Murray. You be sure and have a great day, everybody.